Ever wonder how ancient empires controlled millions of people without social media? Long before algorithms and advertising, power was carved into stone, painted onto walls, and placed where no one could escape it. These weren't decorations. They were weapons. And learning to decode them might be the key to seeing the hidden messages shaping our world today. In ancient Egypt, art didn't just show power, it declared it divine. Pharaohs like Ramses II were always depicted larger than everyone else. Not because they were physically taller, but because they were closer to the gods. The scale of the figures wasn't just an artistic choice, it was a political statement. It screamed authority. On the walls of Karnak and Luxor, you see the pharaoh, a giant among men, effortlessly smiting his enemies. He isn't just a king. He's a cosmic force, an extension of the god's will on earth. This art wasn't meant for a gallery. It was a daily reminder for every subject and every foreign visitor of the uncheckable, divinely ordained order of the universe, with Pharaoh at its absolute center. The message was clear. To challenge the pharaoh was to challenge the gods themselves. But if Egypt used divinity to command respect, the Assyrians perfected terror as a tool of governance. In their palaces at Nineveh, the murals didn't hide brutality, they broadcast it. These weren't subtle allegories. They were graphic, detailed depictions of what happens to those who defy the empire. We see cities under siege, walls crumbling, and the horrifying fates of the captured. Impalement, flaying, mass deportations, it was all there, carved in stone for every diplomat and tributary king to witness. The artists were masters of psychological warfare. They rendered every scene with a chilling realism, ensuring the message was inescapable. Resist, and this will be your city, your family, your fate. This wasn't just a threat. It was a promise. A visual policy of deterrence designed to crush rebellion before it could even begin. Then came Rome, which mastered something even more powerful than fear: narrative. They understood that the best stories are the ones you tell about yourself. Take Trajan's column, spiraling almost 40 meters into the sky. It's an epic comic book in stone, telling the story of the Emperor Trajan's conquest of Dacia. But as you follow the intricate carvings, notice what's missing. You see Roman soldiers building bridges, fighting battles, and accepting surrender. Always organized, always efficient, always victorious. You won't find a single depiction of a Roman soldier being killed. You won't see Romang suffering or defeat. The entire 200-meter narrative is carefully curated to show one thing: inevitable Roman victory. It's a masterful piece of selective storytelling, turning a brutal war into a story of civilizing progress, led by a flawless emperor. It's not just history. It's a myth, manufactured to project an image of an unstoppable, infallible empire. Across these vastly different empires, the formula for propaganda stayed remarkably the same. First, repetition. The same images of the divine pharaoh, the ruthless Assyrian king, the victorious Roman emperor, were shown again and again until they became undeniable truth. Then, symbolism. A simple image could carry immense weight. The eagle, the sun disk, the laurel wreath, these became shortcuts for complex ideas of power, divinity, and victory. They also relied on emotional manipulation, using awe, fear, and pride to bypass rational thought and connect directly with the viewer's gut. And finally, they framed all this authority as natural, as the correct and only way of the world. Power wasn't seized. It was divinely granted, justly earned, or the inevitable result of a superior civilization. These symbols are portable power. Many icons we take for granted today were born in the workshops of ancient propaganda. The eagle, representing strength and dominion for Rome, is now a national symbol for dozens of countries. The laurel wreath, a Roman sign of victory, still crowns our champions. Even the heroic pose 1 foot forward, chest out, gaze fixed on the horizon, is a template repeated from ancient emperors to modern-day statues of political leaders. This visual language persists because it works. It communicates power, legitimacy, and greatness without a single word. These symbols have been copied, adapted, and reused for millennia, each time carrying a faint echo of their original imperial power. But empires didn't just conquer land, they conquered culture. They absorbed and ruthlessly rebranded the gods and symbols of the peoples they dominated. When Rome conquered Egypt, they didn't destroy the goddess Isis. They adopted her, integrating her cult into their own, but on their terms. Gods were renamed. Local traditions were recontextualized to fit the imperial narrative. Sacred symbols were stripped of their original meaning and repurposed to serve the new masters. This wasn't a celebration of diversity. It was a hostile takeover of meaning. By appropriating a culture's most sacred ideas, an empire could assert its final dominance, effectively rewriting history and identity to legitimize its own rule. It was a declaration that even your gods now serve Rome. So what does this have to do with us? Today, propaganda hasn't disappeared. It has evolved. Billboards replace temple walls. Our screens replace carved stone. The fundamental techniques, however, are the same. The repetition of logos, the symbolism in political ads, the emotional manipulation of a viral video, it all follows the ancient playbook. The delivery system is just faster, more personal, and infinitely more pervasive. The same drive to shape perception, control the narrative, and project authority is at play, whether it's a corporation selling a product or a political campaign selling an idea. The arena has changed, but the game remains the same. And that ancient practice of cultural appropriation? It's everywhere. When powerful brands or fashion houses use indigenous patterns, ancient religious motifs, or historical symbols without context or respect, they are repeating an age-old pattern. The symbols are removed from their history, their meaning diluted until they become simple aesthetics or tools for marketing. It's not always malicious, but it's never neutral. Just like ancient empires, modern centers of power, be they cultural or commercial, often borrow legitimacy and an air of authenticity from the past, cherry-picking history to serve a present-day purpose. Decoding these ancient murals trains us to ask better questions about the world around us. It gives us the tools to develop a critical eye. When you look at an ad, a news report, or a political poster, you start to see it differently. You start asking, who made this? Who is the intended audience? And most importantly, who benefits from me believing this message? What is being emphasized, and what crucial information is being left out of the frame? Seeing critically is a skill, one that is more essential now than ever before. Ancient power dynamics never vanished. They were just framed, filtered, and riposted. Art can inspire. Art can deceive. And sometimes, art is war. Look closer. Question more. Thanks for watching. What messages are shaping you right now?